did some stuff with a no gi a week or so ago for the kids, and I haven't really talked about it too much with the gi on. Just to give you a little bit of backstory on the butterfly guard from my perspective and how I learned it. It was the first position that I took off as a blue belt and started drilling it a lot with my brother and one of my other black belts that I currently have now. And this is what we drilled every day. Every day. I didn't really have a lot of finishes to the position, but I got to learn how to hold in the position and be able to not let the person pass. And then so that way I felt more confident in going for the attacks. So that's one thing about this position. In our academy, I feel like there's only a few people that play the position. But if you spend the time on it and understand how to play a little bit, I think that you can start to see there's lots of things that goes into it. You can go into different positions all over this move. Now, I prefer to play the overhook. I'll show both. I'll show the overhook and the underhook, but how I started to learn it was from this position. So if I have Mike here and I'm in the position where my feet are on the inside. So this is what we're going to call a butterfly. A lot of times people will leave the feet like this, and you know that's good and all, but you want to make sure wherever your feet are at, you have pressure inside the thigh, all right? Because I see so many people get this lock over the top of the overhook, but then their feet are not even existent in the position. So you can't have everything up here strong and nothing on the legs strong. And the same thing, you can't have all the legs strong, nothing on the top strong. So it's got to be pretty equal. And then not just equal, but be able to transfer back and forth between the two, between the pressure here and your grips on the position. So my hand is over, and then I feed it just to get the side of the collar. I don't worry about trying to get it really tight yet. I take my right foot and I place it on the outside of his right knee. All right? A lot of people think that you do that to stop them from passing to your left. That's not the case. That's a different situation. But I leave it there to remind me to move my hips out to the side, because you want to make sure there's a big space available here for the person to be swept in. Biggest mistake I see is people try to go to the position and they go for the sweep, they pull the person on top of them. Okay? It's very difficult to get that sweep from there. So, basic rule of thumb, I need to have the angle to go for the sweep. My head placement needs to be on the side, all right? And I need to leave a spot for him to go, so when I kick out the table, which would be his arm right here, I pull this away, there's no base for him on that left side. All right? That's where our drive comes in. So I might step back just a little bit for me, let people see just my feet. So if I'm here in a position for the butterfly guard, and I've got my overhook, and I have the wrist, I'm going to pull the hand, but I drive off the bottom foot. Not leaning back, I'm leaning to my side. So notice I roll over my shoulder as I drive off that right foot, and my left foot is lifting the person over. I see some people try to lift the foot all the way. It's not the foot. This is just trying to get them to seal the deal here. This is what the whole point of the butterfly guard is. You're sweeping off that bottom leg, driving off of it, all right? So I take his base away, I roll to my shoulder, I drive off of that foot, and at that point you can choose if you want to go to side control or mount or wherever you want to go from there. It's up to you. So look at it in real time here. So I have the overhook, I pass this through, I move to the side, I take this from him, I sweep, boom, I stabilize, and go for my mount position. Now, next one. So we're going to go look at the same attacks from the butterfly guard, but this time my opponent is a little bit more keen to knowing that, okay, I know I don't want to, he knows he doesn't want to go this way, because that's where he's going to really start to lean his weight back, you know, towards his heels, so that way he's heavier for me to get the sweep. So you've got to start learning how to do some attacks. Okay, one of those is which I try to really sense this up. I turn to the side, so that way I know Mike can't raise his head much more high in this position. So now my right hand comes over the top, and I grab the material. People try to put their hands in there, there's no need. Just grab the material, and we're going to come under the chin, and we're going to start to go for the choke. Now, you're either going to get the choke, and you're going to tap the person, or they're going to take that hand, and they're going to try to push my elbow in. Because when they do that, see, now he can breathe a little bit easier. But if you notice, when he does that, he has no base now. Now it's easy to go back for the sweep. So if he's not going this way, he's resisting me, I'll reach over, I'll grab and control. He puts his hand on the elbow. I don't move my hand. I leave it here. But the same applies. I roll to my shoulder, I drive off the leg, lift him, stabilize the mount, and now I'm ready to attack him from the mount position. So now let's look at this situation. So let's say that we have the overhook. We're here playing in the position, and we're trying to go for our attacks here, all right? And he's blocking, and he's not catching it here. I'm not able to get to get him to move this direction whatsoever, okay? So a couple things you can do here. One, I can transfer my weight over to the side, all right? And then I take my left foot and I place it on the hip. At that point, I pull my right leg out, and then I can kick right back over and start attacking for my triangle position. 1, 2, 3, and locking them down, which you can transfer straight to the arm bar as well.